Welcome Book Digest family, where we bring timeless blessings from the past to the present. Today we have prepared powerful truth that would bless your life forever. A timeless journey. Finding purpose in Deuteronomy. The Book of Deuteronomy. It may seem like an ancient text filled with stories of a people long gone. But don't be fooled. Its message is timeless, speaking to the very core of who we are and who we are meant to be. Deuteronomy isn't just a bunch of rules and regulations, it's a love story. It's a story of God's passionate pursuit of his people, and it's a story that still holds the power to transform our lives today. Deuteronomy is a call to action, an invitation to live a life filled with purpose. It's about saying yes to God with our whole hearts and watching as he does amazing things in and through us. It's about understanding that we were created for a reason, and that our lives have meaning and significance. As we delve into the heart of Deuteronomy, we'll discover the key ingredients for living a life of purpose. These principles, though ancient, are just as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. They are the building blocks of a life that is both fulfilling and impactful. So, join me on this journey as we unlock the wisdom of Deuteronomy and discover how it can empower us to live with purpose, passion, and unwavering faith. Love with all your heart, the foundation of faith. Deuteronomy 6:5 tells us, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength." This, my friends, is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without this love, this deep and abiding connection with our Creator, we are like ships lost at sea, tossed about by the waves of uncertainty and doubt. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. We're bombarded with distractions, pulled in a million different directions, but God is calling us to something different. He's calling us to make him our priority. He's calling us to center our lives around him. This doesn't mean we have to become monks or live in isolation. It simply means that we need to make a conscious effort to put God first in everything we do. It means starting our day with him, talking to him throughout the day, and bringing him into our decision-making. When we make God the center of our lives, everything else falls into place. We find clarity, direction, and a peace that surpasses all understanding. We discover our true purpose, and begin to live lives that are pleasing to him. Passing the torch. Leadership and empowerment. As Moses' time on earth drew to a close, he knew he needed to appoint a new leader to guide the Israelites into the promised land. He chose Joshua, a man full of courage and faith. Moses didn't just hand over the reins and walk away though. He mentored Joshua, empowered him, and instilled in him the confidence he needed to lead. This act of passing the torch is a powerful lesson for us today. True leadership isn't about holding on to power or taking all the glory for ourselves. It's about recognizing the potential in others and empowering them to step into their own greatness. We are all called to be leaders in our own right, whether it's in our families, our workplaces, or our communities. And as leaders, we have a responsibility to invest in those around us, to mentor them, and to help them discover and develop their own unique gifts and talents. When we empower others, we create a ripple effect of positivity that spreads far beyond ourselves. We build each other up, we encourage one another, and we create a world where everyone has the opportunity to shine. Choosing your path, the power of obedience. Deuteronomy chapter 28 presents us with a stark choice: blessings or curses. Obey God's commands and you will be blessed beyond measure. Disobey, and you will face the consequences. This might seem harsh, but it's actually a beautiful expression of God's love for us. He knows that obedience leads to life, to joy, to fulfillment. He knows that disobedience leads to pain, to heartache, to brokenness. Now I know some people hear the word obedience and they immediately think of rules and restrictions, but that's not what it's about at all. You see, God's commands aren't there to limit us or to make our lives miserable. They're there to protect us, to guide us, to help us live the best possible lives. Think of it like this. Imagine you're driving down a winding mountain road at night. The guardrails might seem restrictive, but they're actually there to keep you safe. They prevent you from veering off the road and crashing. God's commands are like those guardrails. They might feel restrictive at times, but they're actually there to protect us from harm and to keep us on the path to true freedom and happiness. Courage in the face of uncertainty. Throughout Deuteronomy, we hear a recurring theme: be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31 verse 6. These words are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. We live in a world filled with uncertainty. We face challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But we must never forget that God is with us always. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear, it means facing our fears head-on, knowing that we are not alone. It means stepping out in faith, even when we don't know what the future holds. It means trusting that God has a plan for us, even when we can't see it. When we choose courage over fear, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We discover strength we didn't know we had. We accomplish things we never thought possible. And we experience the incredible joy that comes from living a life of purpose and meaning. Resilience, overcoming challenges with faith. Life isn't always easy. We will all face challenges, setbacks, and disappointments. But it's in those difficult moments that our faith is truly tested. It's in those moments that we have the opportunity to demonstrate the depth of our trust in God. Deuteronomy reminds us that we are not defined by our failures, but by how we respond to them. We have a choice. We can allow our challenges to defeat us, or we can use them as opportunities for growth. We can become bitter and resentful, or we can emerge from the fire stronger and more resilient than ever before. The Israelites faced numerous challenges during their 40 years in the wilderness. They experienced hunger, thirst, and attacks from their enemies. But through it all, God was faithful. He provided for them, He protected them, and He never gave up on them. And He will never give up on us either. No matter what we're going through, no matter how difficult things may seem, we can hold on to the promise that God is with us. He will give us the strength to overcome any obstacle, and He will use our trials to shape us into the people He created us to be. Living with purpose, embracing Deuteronomy in 2025. As we stand on the cusp of a new year, let us embrace the timeless wisdom of Deuteronomy. Let us choose faith over fear, obedience over rebellion, and courage over complacency. Let us be leaders who empower others, mentors who guide, and friends who uplift and encourage. The year 2025 is filled with possibilities. It's a blank canvas upon which we have the opportunity to paint a masterpiece. Let us not waste this precious gift. Let us live each day with purpose, with passion, and with an unwavering commitment to following God's plan for our lives. Remember, my friends, we are not alone on this journey. God is with us every step of the way, guiding us, strengthening us, and empowering us to live lives that are both fulfilling and impactful. So let us go forth with confidence, knowing that the best is yet to come. Remember, the Book of Deuteronomy is a guide for purposeful living. Chose faith, obedience, and courage in 2025. If this message spoke to you, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more powerful insights. Let's grow in wisdom together.